If, like me, you don't watch lots of continental football across the countries around the world, even, then you might not know who Arne Slot is. So I was on a call yesterday, a work call, and I was talking to a colleague who just happens to be a Feyenoord fan. And he said to me, I'm really worried about Tottenham. And I said, you're worried? Mate, you want to try supporting them because it don't get a lot better week on week as it stands. And he said, yeah, but I'm worried because we could potentially lose our manager. So I said, oh, okay, who's that? Because I say I don't really follow Dutch football. Um, and I'm not going to get slated for that, but I don't. Anyway, so he tells me Arne Slot is the Feyenoord manager, and Tottenham are interested in him. And I went, okay, so yeah, I've heard the name. To be fair, so okay, so what's he like as a manager? And he said that he is a top coach who likes to play high press football that gives the other team no opportunity to break out into their half of the pitch, and that when you get new players, he always improves them. Players that have played at other clubs but have hit a point where they're not particularly any good anymore, they go to Feyenoord and he turns them around. He came in and he had something like 14 changes to the squad, and all of this has been done on a budget because Feyenoord don't have any money. So he works within a budget and he improves players and he looks to youth and he also plays really expansive football. So I said, "Oh, okay, sounds really interesting." He said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, Feyenoord are currently looking like they're going to win the league, the Dutch league. They are also still in the Dutch Cup and in the Europa League." He said, "So we have the opportunity to really do something this season. And obviously, if they win the league, they'll be in the Champions League next season." Now, I don't know much about Feyenoord's recent run of history and how they've been doing. So I can't tell you whether that's the normal thing. It's not like a PSG who always win the league, or a Real Madrid and Barcelona are always there, Celtic, that kind of thing. I really don't know. I honestly don't follow it at all. So, but that still sounds like a good success to me that he's still in all of these both of these competitions, and he's on track to win the league. Add to that the expansive football, working on a budget, and so on and so forth. I can kind of understand why that's being looked at. And to me, if I'm being honest, kind of sounds like the sort of person. I'm not saying he is the right person, but sounds like the sort of person that Spurs probably should be looking at. It's clear to me that it's not going to be Pochettino, even though lots and lots of fans have been saying they want Pochettino back. It clearly isn't going to be Pochettino, because if it was going to be Pochettino, they'd have already made that deal, surely. Because that can't be hard. He's out of work. He's got no compensation to pay. He knows the club. He knows the owner. He knows most of the players still. To be fair, so that would be, and he's been open, saying that he's been open to that. So if that was going to happen, surely it would have happened by now. Um, so yeah, so it'll be interesting. But I just thought I'd pass that information on for those of you like me who don't know anything about Arne Slot and anything about Dutch football. Um, I just thought I'd pass that on as a bit of information in case you want to know. In terms of other options, obviously now you've got Graham Potter, and you've got the Leicester manager, Brendan Rodgers. God, Jesus, brain fart. You got Brendan Rodgers as well. Me personally, don't like Brendan Rodgers. Don't like him as a person, and I don't even know him. But I don't like. He just strikes me as not the sort of person I like. Um, and to be honest with you, I'd probably think that it'd have been better for Graham Potter to have joined Tottenham rather than to have joined Chelsea, because I think he's probably more suited to a Tottenham club than he is to a Chelsea type club. So, you know, again, I'm not advocating either of these people. I'm not another Chelsea manager, please. But I thought it was quite interesting as well. I was in a WhatsApp group with some other work colleagues, and one of them is a Chelsea fan, and he said he would love to see Conte go back to Chelsea just so as he could finish off the season, win the Champions League, and just really piss of all the Tottenham fans. They really do hate us, to be honest. But yeah, so interesting times ahead for all of us. But yeah, just a little bit of insight from a Feyenoord fan's point of view about Arne Slot. Really doesn't want to lose him. Really thinks he's good. Really thinks he's the sort of manager that we really want and we would really like. So just an interesting thought. I'm sure a lot of you know far more about all of this than me, and if you want to leave your comments in the comment section, please do feel free to, and I'll try and answer some of them as the day goes on. Up the Spurs.